Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen, and whoever or whatever you identify as. Welcome back to the Shit of Dread. Welcome to another video, and it's Doctor Who time again. Why not, indeed. Right then. Goggles, news article, not ready, only the headlines, and that's why I'm going to read it, but off we go. It's with the Metro, and this was on the Tuesday the 31st of May. Sir Lenny Henry declares more power to Russell T Davies following Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor Who castings. Sir Lenny Henry has showed his support for Ncuti Gatwa after confirming that he will be the next Doctor Who, and claiming that black fans have been waiting for this moment for a long time. Well, one, have they? And two, you call us racist when you are now making it purely about race. Social media went into meltdown, with several fans sending their love for the Sex and Education actor, who's made history as the first black actor, made history as the first white woman. Why is it a problem? Why do you need to say that? It's not history making, for God's sake. To portray the beloved character. The exciting announcement was teased by Doctor Who showrunner Russell T Davies and Ncuti on Instagram, with a post featuring two heart emoji plus a symbol and a blue square. No, it was just two hearts in a blue square, which then got turned to a diamond for the 60th. The Comic Relief co-founder, 63, who spoofed the role 37 years ago for the Lenny Henry show, is convinced Ncuti's casting as a Time Lord will make a great impact in the black community. You know what? This is what annoys me. This is what really gets me. Is the fact that when we go, oh, well, you're being racist because he's black, but now it's okay if it makes an impact into the black community, because black people were just waiting for a black doctor. Even if they've watched it all the way through and not said anything, this is important because it's all about race. But when anyone else does it, you're racist. I just don't get the logic. A lot of black fans have been looking at our watches for a while, he said. Utter bullshit. Utter bullshit. If that's what you genuinely think, that means it's all about you and not about the show. So you're now telling me you've watched the show as a black Doctor Who fan, on the off chance that maybe one day it'll be a black guy. Because if that's just rubbish. More power to Russell T Davies, he added to the Radio Times. The BBC One series has taken steps towards greater inclusivity in recent years, with Jodie, the first woman to play the Time Lord, and look how that fucking worked. However, Russell insists casting Ncuti 29 the role wasn't initially because of the colour of his skin. Bullshit. The stream that I did with John the White about the anti-white bias in the BBC and Doctor Who, yeah, that'll tell you all you need to know, with actual facts, actual quotes, actual meaning to why what he's just said is a crock of shit. Simply the best actor to walk into Rome, the showrunner told reporters at the BAFTAs on Sunday. No, he did say he was the last one to come in and they'd already got a guy in mind. And then he just walked. No, I'm not having that. I'm not even having the fact that it. No. He added, I'm aware that all that comes with it, I think if you're 6, you don't care, and that's genuinely fundamental reason for me. Right, so basically what he's saying is, it's a kids' TV programme, even though it's not. Because I watched it when I was 6, so I'm making it, so 6-year-olds watching it now will be making it in 50 years' time. No, they won't, because it'll be gone by then. But to turn around and say, so now what you're saying is, you're pitching it just at 6-year-old kids, it's now a kids' show again, even though it's not a kids' show, it never was a kids' show, and it's only a kids' show when criticism comes, but it's an adult show any other time. The simple truth of the matter is, Doctor Who is family. It's for family watching. It's a family entertainment where mum and dad and the kids can all watch the same show together. You know, that thing that used to exist, family entertainment. It's gone out the window, that has. He said that I think once cast, those things are very important. I think diversity and representation are very important. I didn't hire him for the colour of my skin, but I think diversity and representation are very important. Those two sentences support each other and contradict each other in the same breath. On the BAFTA red carpet, Ncuti shouted how emotional it had been to reveal that no longer had to keep it a secret. I woke up crying and then I was dancing, but I am glad it's finally out and I don't have to keep the secret anymore because I'm terrible, he said. There aren't quite the words to describe how I'm feeling, Gatwan added to his new role, a mix of deeply honoured, beyond excited and of course a little bit scared. This role and show means so much to so many around the world, including myself. Each one of my incredibly talented predecessors handled that unique responsibility and privilege with the utmost care. I will endeavour my utmost to do the same, which is what they said over and over and over and over again in the scripted way, but then when we were off script, it went the other way. He continued, Russell T Davies is almost as iconic as the Doctor himself. Being able to work with him is a dream come true. His writing is dynamic, exciting, incredibly intelligent and fizzing with danger. So, again, I know some people are not going to like this and what I'm saying because it's not fitting the narrative. Yes, Russell T Davies, hand on heart, one of the great writers around at the moment. That can never be argued with because he really does write some absolutely fantastic stuff. I'm not going to disagree with that at all. He is a great writer. But again, I will mention that this is not the Russell T Davies of 2005. This is the Russell T Davies of the 2020s. Completely different era. As he said himself, diversity and inclusion and representation are most important. I didn't hire him for the colour of his skin, but diversity, inclusivity and inclusion and representation are very much important. And then we get Lenny Henry, who is literally just making it purely about race. Oh, we're only happy now because finally there's a black man in the role and black people will like that. Even though, so I'm presuming by his statement that no one who's black's watched the show up until 2023, which is a load of bullshit because I know there is. But these are the things that people accuse you of being, and then they're doing exactly the same thing. So it's okay for diversity and inclusion and representation to be very important. So I didn't pick the guy who's diverse, inclusive and representative at all because of his skin colour. Yes, you did. Again, live stream I did. The truth and proof of anti-white bias in Doctor Who, and it's the BBC itself, actually will indicate to you quite clearly with the data, the proof and the actual words of their own documents. This is why Ncuti was hired. Nothing to do with anything else. No, it wasn't. And people go, oh, he's a brilliant actor. You've seen him in one thing. You saw him in one thing. You'd only really seen, up until the moment when she was announced, Jodie Whittaker in one thing. And look how that worked out. Now, okay, I know some people go, David Tennant, you're only seen in one thing, and Matt Smith was barely heard of. Yes, agreed. Absolutely agreed, they were. But the simple truth of the matter is, because somebody wins awards, doesn't necessarily mean that they're the greatest person for the role. When the guy who's hired him said in diversity and representation are really important nowadays, you have to question the thing. Again, though, before I go any wrong, what do I know? Just a fat guy sitting in his shed surrounded by his toys. But you have to be concerned. Now, I know people don't agree with my opinion because all of a sudden I'm the enemy now because I've changed my tact, my point of view. I haven't, which is exactly the same as it has been all the way through. I question everything. And I also give everything a chance. I've gave Obi-Wan a chance and got my arse burnt on that one. But I will be giving Doctor Who, which I will be watching. I will be interested to see, because like in Obi-Wan, I will judge the performance and the show for what it is when I see it. But this sort of stuff, when you've got people like Lenny Henry or Sir Lenny Henry coming out and saying it's about time, black fans have been waiting for this, it's historic that a black person is in the role, makes it about race. It just does. It shouldn't. And this is the thing that annoys me in the world. It shouldn't make any difference whether it's a woman, a man, a black man, an Asian woman, whatever. It shouldn't make any difference, because to the vast majority of humanity people, it doesn't. But we have to make it about race. When Jodie came out, she was shouting off about Doctor Who was an example of the white male gaze, and then we went on the thing of bestest woman ever and all this, and so we just alienated people. Now Ncuti comes out, obviously they've got pre-designed, they know what they're going to do, they say what they've got to say, but then everybody, not people like me, but famous people and Twitter and Facebook and social media and the media itself are making it like they did with Jodie. It wasn't about the fact that she was going to play the Doctor, it was the first woman to play the role, and now they're going first black man to play the role. Those lines should never be included. They should never be said. It should be, here's the new actor for Doctor Who. End of. Don't make it about race, religion, sex, colour, whatever, because it shouldn't and doesn't matter. But the more you do this, the more you push it and say, this is the first black man. Look at this black man. This black man's doing this. This black man's doing that. Like, this woman's breaking the glass ceiling. This woman's... When you make it about that, you then can't turn around and say, oh, well, you're only saying that because she's a woman. Oh, you're only saying that because he's black. Because that's what the media, social media, everything he's doing, that's all they're focusing on. That's it. They didn't focus on whether Jodie would be a great actor or not. No, it was because she was the first woman. We're not concentrating on whether Ncuti's the greatest person for the role. It's because he's the first black man to take the role. That's where the problem is. This is what I have when you are being constantly told it's not about race, but then they go and tell you that it is about race. It's not about race. He's picked for the best actor. Was he really? Yeah, I mean, you know, he's the first black man. Look at this black man doing this amazing stuff. Black people have been waiting for this all their lives. You're making it about colour instead of just making it about here's the new Doctor and then leaving it. But you don't. It has to be, it's because he's black. Because he's black. Because he's black. And you're like, oh. And then if I say anything, I'm racist. I'm only echoing what they're saying. I'm just repeating their words. They're the people who are making it about race, not me. Personally, I don't give a shit. As I said before, I put my hand on it. I hope he's brilliant. I genuinely do. I really hope that it's going to be brilliant. I'm hoping that it'll be the great Doctor Who that we used to get. But when you see this, when you see other things that are being said, when people are saying, oh, it's, you know, diversity and representation are all important, they're making it that way. They're saying, I'm not saying it. And a lot of people go mad at people who are saying what I'm saying. I'm not saying it. I'm just repeating what they're saying. This is their own words. This is what they're saying. This is the message that they wish to push. I'm just repeating it, yet when I repeat what they say, I'm a racist, I'm a sexist, I'm misogynistic, I'm this, I'm that. Even though I'm just saying what they said. They're the ones making it about it. I personally couldn't give a shit who plays the fucking Doctor. I really can't. I can't be bothered with it. As long as it's good. As long as we get a good old-fashioned romp. Let's just hope they don't do an Obi-Wan, which is just Strange New Worlds. Okay, it's doing well. But the simple truth of the matter is, it is not people like me who are going, oh, it's this, it's that and the other. Don't get it wrong, there are racists out there. There always will be. And no matter how much you jump up and down and wave your big sticks and wish it wouldn't happen, they're always going to be there. Dumb, stupid, thick fucking idiots exist all the time. They're always there. We used to call them the village idiots. Yeah? They're always there. They're always going to be there. No matter what you try and do, never going to change it. It's always going to be there. And you should just do what I do, which is just ignore them and don't give them the time of day. But it's when the media, their own bloody press thing, are banging on about it, being about the fact that he's a black man. That's what causes the problem. But as I said, what do I know? I'm just a fat bloke sitting in a shed surrounded by his toys. And you let me know what you think. There's a comment section down below. If you bother to look at my comments, people can agree with me. They can disagree with me. That's absolutely fine. As long as we don't get all stupid and nasty in the comment section, that's fine. My comment section is like a bar. You can go in and have your opinion, your point of view. And as long as it doesn't get stupid, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me. You can not agree with me. That's fine. But to turn around and say Shooty was the best person there and it wasn't because of his colour of his skin, but then bang on about the fact that it was the colour of his skin makes it all important. Hypocrites. And as I said, I will keep referring to it because the stream me and John did with about the truth and proof of anti-bias in Doctor Who, anti-white bias in Doctor Who, which again nothing to do with racism. It's just putting out a shitload of facts to point out that that's why Shooty was hired. That's why scripts got changed. That's why characters suddenly changed mid-season and became something they weren't. Just pay attention. And with that, I'm going to bring this one to close. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, you could give it a thumbs up and a share if you wouldn't mind. If you like what I do and all the other crazy stuff that I do on my channel, then please feel free to subscribe. Also, I keep forgetting to mention it. There is a bell. You click that, it dings it. Then you should get a notification if YouTube can be asked, because it doesn't always do it, to let you know I've done another video. Now, if you have clicked that bell and you don't get notifications on another video, you have to check, because YouTube has a tendency to turn it off for whatever valid reason they have. I don't know. So, with that, and as always, and until the next one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching. You already know by now. Every single time. It's much, much appreciated.